What's up, assfaces? Welcome back to Lab Session 48, episode 48, Bet with Juice. Thank you guys for tuning in on this Friday afternoon. We made it to the freaking weekend. Congratulations on working you guys' ass off all week to get to today and enjoy the rest of the weekend. I'm a little devastated from yesterday's slips. MLB and NFL missed by one gentleman on both. Just go ahead and show it. We went 4 for 5. Eric Wagaman, we needed the 1.5 bases. He had 4. Gentleman had 2 singles and a double yesterday. We'll just go ahead and skip over Kyle real quick. Get right into it with Edmundo Sosa. We needed a half hits, runs, RBIs. He had 1. Yohan Mikata, 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. He had 3. And Mr. Jackson Merrill, we needed a half of hits, runs, RBIs, and he had 3 as well for us. And then, like I said, our guy, Kyle Manzardo, he actually got on in his very first at-bat. I was paying attention. Nobody could bring him in. He couldn't get the job done the rest of the day. And we missed out on 200 on the main slip for MLB. Let me get you locked into the NFL slip from yesterday on Prize Picks. Like I said, also, it was a 6-legger. I would say 5 for 6 or 4 for 5 because Jaden Reed got hurt. I don't know if you guys saw him break his collarbone. Had he caught the ball, that would have been his receiving yards. But it's okay. Feel bad for the dude. Hopefully he gets better very soon. Other than that, we knew that was going to get rebooted pretty fast, and it did. We saw, I think, probably before the half, even the second half started. Austin Eckler, also another injury. I feel bad for the dude. It's going to be a long recovery. It looked like an Achilles tear. It sucks. It sucks when you have these guys go out. I don't even want to say it, but he got the prop. Who cares? Like I said, I hope he gets better. It's going to give a lot of room for the running back, Mr. Bill. They call him Bill, and he is going to get a lot of playing time. If anybody pays attention to fantasy, and if you don't already have him on your team, go and get you an RB2, possibly RB1. And then you got Dontavian Wicks. He did get his longest reception at 14, right on the dot, 13.5 longest reception. Luke Musgrave, felt like that was one of my favorite props yesterday. Just 1 reception. He had 2, one of them being like a 20 or 30-yard catch. Noah Brown, he had about a 20-yard reception, possible reception, and he dropped the ball. He dropped the ball and only had 9 receptions as his longest yard, or 9 receiving yards as his longest reception. And then Zach Ertz went off for us, 34 yards. Just like they gave up to Sam Laporta the week before, over 60 yards. And Zach Ertz did the same thing to them. So if you guys are looking for props against the Packers, go with the tight end on the opposing team. That was a close one. Even with Jaden Reed going out, we could have had $111, but Noah Brown could not bring in that catch. We are right there at the door. Right there at the door, boys. That's why you just got to stay locked in. You got to be consistent with it and lock in. Dial in on the slip ahead of you. Right there, 11 games on the MLB slate. Starting off with the White Sox and the Guardians. The game has already started. We got Kyle Till right there. 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. He is 0 for 1 so far. That's on the main slip. He is on a hitting streak. Sure enough, it's just the first inning. He's going to get 3 more at-bats. He's leading off, or I think in the 2-hole. He's going to be fine. But wouldn't it be ironic that the day that we take him, his hitting streak ends? That would be pretty hilarious. We also have Mr. Colson Montgomery, the stud of a shortstop right there, also from the White Sox. These guys are on a tear. They're absolute dogs. We're taking his 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs as well because they're giving it to us at plus money. So we're going to take it. That's going on the gut slip. Next game, you got the Tigers versus the Fishies. Let's see if we can lock in right there. Tigers versus Marlins. You got Scooball and Sandy Alcantara. I think the game already started. It might be 1-1. We're not taking any Tigers players. I promise you that. We've already had that conversation. It is 0-1. The Marlins are winning right now. Oh, 2-0. Bottom second. They have a guy on second base. Who would have known Tariq Skubal would have given up 2 runs already in the second inning to the Fishies? Not me. That's why I stayed away from that game. Yankees versus Red Sox. You got another Fishy. Gil versus Giolito. Luis Gil versus Lucas Giolito. Yankees versus Red Sox. That game should be a pitcher's duel somewhat. And if it's not, I'm not taking any props, except I'd maybe say like Trevor Story or Jarren Duran home run. But yeah, I don't think there's a lot of runs scored there. Another game that I was going to say that was going to be a pitcher's duel, which it should be, but I was hoping they gave it to us at the exact number I wanted, 11.5. Rangers versus Mets. Looky here. Looky here. Rangers versus Mets. You got Jacob versus Jonah. DeGrom versus Tong. 11.5 Ks combined. It's not too much to ask for. They've both had... Tong has had 6 in his 2 starts that he's had in his MLB debut, or since he's had his MLB debut. 2 starts with 6 strikeouts. And then you got, like I said, DeGrom. He's had 6, 7, 8. He's all over the place, but he's going to get 6 tonight. That's easy. He's going to get that easily against the Mets. And the Rangers strike out a bunch too, so that one should hit easily. They should probably go for like 13 or 14 combined. I could see them easily getting 7-7. We'll see what happens. Let's rock. Astros versus Braves. Next game, you do got Waldrop pitching for the Braves. So we're going to fade the Astros here. Braves are at home. They don't have anything to play for. That's why we're taking Matt Olson. 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs on the gut slip. We're just going to leave it alone and not throw it on the main slip. Like I said, just because Braves don't have a lot to play for. They got this dude Murray pitching for the Astros. I'm not sure if I think he comes from the bullpen, but they're not giving us any props on Prize Picks. So that tells me he might get hit up a little bit by the Braves. It is the bottom of the second. So far, no hits from anybody. Olsen is 0 for 1. You got D-backs versus Twins next game on the gut slip. Byron Buxton, 1.5 bases. He does have some numbers against Brandon Pfaadt from the Diamondbacks. And he's leading off. So Buxton's going to have at least 4 at-bats tonight. He's 2 for 3 with a single and a home run against Brandon Pfaadt. Like I said, at least 4 at-bats. Going on the gut slip. Byron Buxton, 1.5 bases. Then you got, let's see where we got. Whoa. Okay. I couldn't see for a second. Cardinals versus Brewers. Next game up. Next gentleman on the main slip. You got Jackson Chourio. This is my favorite prop of the day right there. A half a run. So he needs to be brought in by somebody, or he needs to hit a home run and get a run today. You do got a crappy pitcher, and is it Andre? Yes, Andre Palante from the Cardinals going against Quinn Priester. Priester should have a good game. Cardinals are a dead team. You do got Chourio in the 2 spot. He is batting 3 for 4 against Palante. And then you got Bryce Terang right behind him. I wanted to take Terang's RBI, but that's hurt us in the past, taking an RBI. You got Contreras right behind Terang. So I'm hoping either Terang does get the job done and brings in Jackson Chourio once he gets on base, or Contreras gets the job done as well. They both have good numbers. Terang is 4 for 10 and Contreras is 3 for 9 with 5 RBIs. Terang has been striking out a little bit recently, more than Contreras, so that's why I left Terang alone. And if he does come through clutch for us, we get that run from Chourio, and all is well. Next game, and he also is going on the gut slip, Chourio, for 1 run. Rockies versus Padres. Next game up, you do got Jackson Merrill. Jackson Merrill, fantasy score. It's at, I think, 5.5. We'll go over it right now when we get to the slips on Prize Picks. But Merrill, fantasy score. He has the hot bat right now, going against Tanner Gordon from the Rockies today. Tanner Gordon is, say it with me, garbage. Absolutely garbage. And especially against lefties. So, like I said, we're going to go with the hot bat. And Jackson Merrill, get it done. He is 1 for 3. He does have a home run against this guy. Only thing that scares me, he's in the 6th spot tonight. Sorry. Yes, in the 6th spot, behind Gavin Sheets and Laureano. He has to get the job done. Like I said, I said it 3 times now. He has the hot bat. I'm hoping for a solo shot, honestly. Tanner Gordon is pretty, like I said, garbage, but I know the Padres. Their bats can be dead tonight. So, like I said, Jackson Merrill, get it done by yourself, fantasy score. Then you got Reds versus Athletics next game. I'm probably going to tap into these last 4 games that I'm going over right now in a little bit. I just wrote Home Run Central for that Reds and Athletics game. I don't know who to pick. I think it's going to be an offense. It's going to be a slugfest. It's going to be crazy. Like I said, I just don't know who to pick. So I'm staying away from it. And then you got Angels versus Mariners next game. Next dude, last guy going on the main slip, Jorge Polanco. Whoa. Angels versus Mariners. We're fading Kikuchi as always. Like I said, Jorge Polanco, he got the fantasy score for us the other day. Another absolute stud. And he's been on fire lately. And like I said, it's not even, I don't really have to, he has numbers against Kikuchi. But you guys already know, if you pay attention to any Angels baseball or any baseball at all, Kikuchi is garbage. Polanco, 6 for 19. I did want to go Eugenio Suarez, but another scenario in my head. We're hoping Eugenio Suarez gets on and Polanco brings him in tonight. Dodgers versus Giants, NL West matchup. Last game on the slate for MLB. You do got, let me see, is it Yoshi? I think Yoshi's pitching tonight. Versus Verlander. Yes, Yoshi and Verlander. Should be a great matchup pitcher-wise, but Verlander has been ass. I'm not even going to say garbage. Can't even say garbage. He's been this year. We're fading him at Oracle Park in his home stadium. We're going Ohtani single on the gut slip, and also we're going Teoscar Hernandez possible home run tonight. And then we're probably going to have a game stat because we're going to dominate that game. Dodgers are going to win 7-2. 7-2 is going to be the final score tonight. Yoshi will have a great game, but if he doesn't give up any runs, our bullpen will probably give up. I hope it's only 2 runs. That would be awesome. That is the notebook right there. Official notebook signed by your boy Juice. Let's get locked in. I'm sorry, microphone. You're not a camera. You're a camera. All right. Let's hope the phone does not shut off on us. If it does, I've already read to you guys everything that we got on the slate for tonight. Let's get locked in on the main slip. Like I said, you got Kyle Till, 1.5 hits, runs RBIs. He is 0 for 1 to start off. Jacob deGrom and Jonah Tong, 11.5 strikeouts combined. I will look that up right now as I'm going through this to show you guys. I'm sure they got 1 or 2. They just won't show it live while they're playing. And then Jackson Chourio, 1 run. That is my favorite prop of the day. Either Bryce Terang or Contreras will bring him in with an RBI. Jackson Merrill, fantasy score. It is at 5.5. That's cash. That's easy to get for him. That's a single and a run. RBI, whatever he has to do. And he's at a good spot. I said it earlier. I didn't like him. What is it? 6 in the 6th spot. They could do damage right there. Jorge Polanco. I don't know why they keep continuing to put his fantasy score so low. It's at 4.5. I know you guys can't see it clearly. It's at 4.5. He's going to clear it again. Possibly have 10 to 12 points fantasy score. That is $14.69 to pay $301. That is the main slip of the day. That was going to be the only slip I gave to you guys, but I got to go with the gut slip. I was like, we got to go with our boy, Colson Montgomery. He should be leading off the inning. Nope, he already got out, so he is 0 for 1 as well. Colson Montgomery, Matt Olson, 1.5 hits, runs RBIs. Then you got Jackson Chourio, like I said, favorite prop of the day, so he's going on the gut slip as well. 1 run. Byron Buxton, leading off today, 1.5 bases against Brandon Pfaff. And then, like I said, Jorge Polanco. Don't know why they're continuing to give us that such a low fantasy score, but we're taking the 4.5. He's going to absolutely dominate that prop. And then Shohei Ohtani, the unicorn. Yes, a single. A single in Oracle Park against Justin Verlander. He does have good numbers against him. We're hoping... I am going to probably take him for a home run, just like Dale Oscar. He is 5 for 23, 1 single, 2 doubles, and 2 home runs against Verlander. But he got 10 strikeouts. We're hoping we get a random single from him tonight. Just stay locked in, stay compact, Shohei. Get that single for us. That is $420 to pay $200. That is the gut slip. That is all I have for you guys. We have some UFC tomorrow. It's going to be absolutely electric. And you got Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez as well on Netflix tomorrow. It's going to be electric. Hopefully they don't have any streaming problems like they did last time. That would be unfortunate, right? So good. So good. Wish you guys could taste it. Just want to look real quick. Yes. I think it is UFC Noche. That is tomorrow. You got Diego Lopez and Gene Silva at the top of the lineup. I don't think they like each other, them Brazilians. They just don't like. I'm looking at the rest of the card. Man, that is going to be not fun to watch. But, like I said, you got the boxing match if you guys want to watch that. Boys, we have to hit something tonight. We were so close yesterday. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their Friday night. Cheers. Why not us? Why not us? Why not the Three Stooges? Let's hit something. Let's hit something tonight. Peace. I said peace.